What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 11 of the Redeye 300 build. As promised, I was going to make this video for you as soon as I got done with the last upload. So the initial plan was to take the car back to the garage where I first started working on the car, and just because I thought the weather is going to be cold, it's going to be snowing and whatnot, so I didn't want to get the car, I didn't want to work on the car while it's freezing outside. So I was supposed to drive it down there, but as you can see, the weather is actually really nice today. The sun's out and the snow is already melted up before, so I could work on it here, and then later on we could go on a nice drive and take it on a spin. So the plan for today is to work on the interior. I want to get all the plastic pieces installed, including these B-pillar pieces, which were also wrapped in suede. As you can see, that looks great. And I had the rest of the pieces inside, which we'll also install. But let's get started on that. I have to move this seat all the way forward. That way I have room to work. The pieces get installed right here where the seat belt is. So yeah, I'm gonna set up the tripod and then we'll get these two pieces installed and then work on the back. All right, so first things first, you have to remove these seals out the way, because if you see these inserts over here, the seal will actually go in between the two, so it'll lay on here and also fold back on the seam. So to take it off on both sides, just like the back door, it's not that hard to take off, just pull on it. And then, because it's hard to do this with two hands, so I'm trying to explain it while I'm seeing it now, but this over here will run through the slot. I mean, quite obvious. And then you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. These will just clip inside the body on the inside. And then the hard part, or the tricky part, is you have to align this adjuster right over here to this bracket right in there. So once you get that lined up, you'll clip it inside and then everything will just snap on. Really easy. So I'll do that now. Like I said, I'll set up the tripod, but I wanted to kind of explain it for you just in case you don't know how to do this yourself. And one more thing, you have a screw, a really small one, I think it's a T20 or a 15, that will get installed right over here. But the tricky part is you have to fold the headliner up, because the bolt gets installed right in there. I hope you guys can see that. But the headliner kind of goes under it, so you got to fold it up just like that and then install that one screw. But you do that last, of course, once everything is installed, and that's just the last part to do. All right, guys, so final step is going to be that screw, and this is a T20. Now I can't do this with both hands, but if you lift this up, you can see where that hole is right there. So I'm gonna get that installed and then we'll move on to the other side. So next up, we gotta install the seat belt to the actual seat. This is gonna be a T50, which I have over here with the extension. Never hit this with an impact right away. Always do it by hand, and then you can tighten it up. I got a ratchet over here, so I'll get that installed. And then there's a cover that will slide up to here. That will slide up on here and then just cover up that bolt. And then this side should be done. All right, one side down, one more to go. This side is gonna be a lot easier because the seat is not in the way. So we'll snap right in. The difficult part is trying to get that extended part on top of the headliner without creasing it. So I'm gonna get that done now, and then we can move on to the rear seats. Alright guys, so that's all done. Wasn't too bad. Now I'm gonna move on to the rear seats. I want to show you how the rest of them look. That's the passenger front. Man, I wish I found red, but I'll stick to these until I find the rest of them. And these are the rest of the suede parts that I had wrapped. And these are for the rear, these are for the front. So I'm gonna install these first while I'm at it, and then I'll move on to the back ones and then get the rear seats installed as well. All right, so this one is pretty easy. You have this tab over here, which this will slide into and then lock in. And then the bottom one doesn't have anything, it just has these clips that will clip onto here. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so that's installed. That one's done, and I also did the back ones too. But now I'm gonna install the passenger front seat and get the seat belt installed while I'm at it, and then all right guys, so seats are installed. Well, the front two are, and honestly I could live with these. I really thought that the black wasn't gonna make the car look nice, but it kind of gives it that perfect touch, because too much red is not gonna look that good. But I kind of like these now. Now I'm gonna install the rear ones and button this thing up. All right guys, so I dropped my brother off to his garage. He's grabbing his car, but in the meantime we're gonna continue to work on this. I'm gonna get these back seats over here, get these installed. So these two pieces actually slide into each other, which I'll show you what I mean in a second. I'm gonna grab this one. See that open slot? There's a pin on that side which will connect to this, and this will all be one piece. So let's walk this over to the car. It's getting pretty cold out, so I'm trying to get this done now. There you go. I'm gonna lay it down on his face like that. I'll connect the two, and then make sure you get your connectors installed, and that should be it. So let's grab the other one. I'm gonna bolt it down. You got 18mm nuts. You got two on this side and one over there. That's it for this one. I'm gonna fold it up, connect the other side to it. There we go. We'll connect that one through here. So this thing over here will go through that hole, and then you got two more nuts on that side, and then we got to do the seat belt, which will come down here and get installed right over here. I gotta pull the car in and start at the snow. At least halfway through. Alright, so I guess not. It was literally just snowing. But we're almost done anyways. I got just the bottom part to go on and the two side pieces. And we should be good with the interior. All right, guys, now for the final part of the seat, you want to make sure to connect your connectors for the heated seat. There's one on each side, and then you got your main connector over here. So we're gonna do that now. Oh, and then to install it, you're just gonna push in those 2 metal posts inside the grommets that are right over here. Right there. And that will just snap right in, and everything will hold together. So it started snowing again, so I pulled the car halfway in just because the engine is exposed and I don't want to get it wet. But moving on here, so before you install this back seat completely, there is a trim that will come under here and it will get installed through this part and this part. Looks like this over here. So you want to install this first, and then seat belt will go through back here. Which one over here? And then here's the bolt for it. It's also a T50. So I'm gonna get that installed first, and I can hear my brother coming down the street. Yep. So we'll get that installed, and then you can install the back seat completely, 100%. There we have it, guys. Whole interior is installed, and I can't even explain how great it looks. I mean, especially with the suede, and you have the suede in the seats and the headliner. Just everything comes well. Everything comes together so well. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, it's pretty dark, but it keeps snowing on and off. So this is like the 3rd time I put the car inside and out. I don't want to get anything over the hood and over the intake, but I still got to install this trim piece over here, and there's another one on the other side. And then, like I said before, I have to go salvage hunting for 2 pieces that go on the center console and the ashtray. But other than that, oh, and also I gotta do the handles that go on the headliner, which I have over here, right over here. So I'm gonna get those installed, make sure everything's buttoned up, and I also have one more piece which covers up this area over here, and then the big carpet. This covers up the spare. But other than that, I mean, it's like almost 90% done. I still got to do the exhaust. Like I told you before, the rattling is because the hangers aren't bolted on. So I'm gonna bolt those. And then if it stops snowing, I'm probably gonna take it for a spin, get you guys some footage on that, and then I'll take my brother's car out. He brought it from his house because he wants to. So if you guys know about these body style SRTs, it's supposed to have this part, I believe it's black. So this part of the nose is black. So he's gonna go get some plastic dip, and we're gonna get that done. And if he likes it, then we'll paint it. Just in case he doesn't like it, we can remove it since it's just a peelable material. But let me get started on this thing. Let me finish up on this, and then hopefully we can take it for a spin again and get some more action. So here are the pieces that go by the footwells. They're kind of dirty, so I'm gonna spray them with some cleaner. This stuff works pretty good and it kind of shines it up. So I'm gonna clean those up, get them installed. These are pretty easy, just have some tabs that kind of clip on, and that's it. All right, so that looks good. Like I said, it just clips on. There's no screws that hold this on or anything. This harness here is for the ashtray. Like I said, I still have to get that. I don't think we're gonna be able to take it for a ride today because it is raining and it's on and off, so I don't want to take a risk and then having to rush back home since there's no hood. Hood is still on order. It's gonna take at least another 3 weeks to get that, if not even more than that because of the holidays. So we're still waiting on that. The bumper I've been having the bumper. It still needs to get painted, and I have all the grills to go with it and whatnot. So other than that, I mean, like I said, it's almost ready for the body shop. All right guys, so that looks good. I installed both sides. I did clean them up a little bit. They were kind of dirty. But it is raining, so I do not think it's a good idea to go on a drive right now. So we're gonna pull it back in, and what I'm gonna do is come back here probably tomorrow. It shouldn't be like this, and we'll go on a test drive, and I'll put the videos together. That way you guys have a longer video. But other than that, it looks great. As you can see, let me see if I get the lights on, give you guys a better idea. But everything goes good, really well. I mean, the suede, you can't go wrong with that. So that was a pretty good investment. I'll definitely do that again to my other builds. And that's gonna be it for this video, and I'll see you guys back on the next part.